1988 Rolls-Royce Silver Spirit. This car was originally dark blue, but in 2012 it was given a full respray into white, as you can see. DVLA have been informed, so it comes back as white and everything on the logbook, but you can see down by the gaps and everything, you know, inside the doors, door shuts, inside the boot lip, there's no evidence anywhere of the blue paint at all. So it's been a very, very good job. I actually thought it might have been a factory white car when it first turned up, but no, it was blue. It's been done to a very high standard. We'll start by having a look at the bodywork. So if we look down the side of the car, you can see all nice and straight down there. Marks wise and issues, we'll point them out, but there is very few. You've got a little bit of a reaction in the paint there on the edge, or a little bit of tiny little bit of corrosion on the lip. The rest of it's all nice and clean. The arch itself is lovely and solid. That sill on the driver's side is lovely and clean. Nice and straight all the way down. Panel gaps are all very good. Again, looking down there, nice and straight. There's no sign of any marks at all on the driver's door. Even on the edge of the door itself, it's not been open or anything. Slight little mark there. All the chrome work on this side, that's all nice as well. Wing mirrors around the windows and everything are all really good. Handles are very good. All the correct barging and everything. The roof, lovely and straight. As you can see, there's no dents or anything in that. Really nice and smooth. This rear arch, tiny little bubble there, tiny little one. Other than that, very good. 4 good wheels and tyres on this. It's got, what we've got on here, Coopers on it. On the back, and then Goodyears on the front, but they are all good. Trim, tread-wise and all that sort of stuff. Have another look up the car there, you can see nice and straight. Rear bumper on a Spirit can often be a bit of a wonky, ugly looking thing, but this one sits perfectly, as you can see. All the rear tail lights are nice and clear, there's no cracks in those, not fades or anything like that. Top of the boot lid, lovely and straight, lovely and smooth, all the way around. Again, the chrome work on the bumper, chrome work around the boot, that's all good. Nice straight exhaust pipe. If we look on this passenger side, you see nice and straight all the way down. Again, it's kind of hard to point out any real marks because there just really isn't any around the bottoms of the windscreen's all good. Nothing around the lip of the windscreen, rear screen at all. Nothing around the filler, it's not had a load of petrol poured down or anything like that. This arch, got a little mark there, which actually looks like it might polish out. Yeah, it's just dirt, that'll clean off, we'll get that cleaned off for you. The rest of this arch is all nice and clean. Again, Coopers on the rear, Goodyears on the front. This sill, lovely and clean down there. Panel gaps on this side, perfect again. Obviously the car's been apart in 2012 for a full respray, but they've done a lovely job of putting it back together. Going down this passenger side, as you can see, there's no sign of any marks or anything at all, really nice and clean. If we're going to be really, really picky, this chrome trim along the bottom, it's a tiny little ding just there. But you have to get really close to see it. And that is how picky we're having to be. This front arch, all nice and clean there. You've got a little, tiny little bit of surface there. They just want to dress them before they get any worse, but it doesn't seem like a major job at all. There's a tiny little touch in on a couple of them. Nice and easy to do with it being white, nice easy paint to match. The front, you've got one tiny stone chip there, and that's about it. For a white car, it shows all the marks. There's nothing at all to worry about there. The grille, obviously an expensive thing to replace or repair, is lovely. The chrome work on this car is really good, as is the lady, which actually looks to be a proper genuine one as well. Quite a lot of them got sold back in the day. That looks to be a good one. This front bumper sits nice and straight. All the chrome work all the way around, all good. Chrome work on the whole car is fantastic. Both headlights, nice and clean, nice and clear, as are the indicators. The bonnet gaps are really good all the way around. Chrome trim up the middle is good. Even the vents at the back are nice and neat. There's normally always at least one of those little fins are broken on a Rolls, but Yeah, they're good all the way along. Really nice to see. Even the windscreen wipers are clean. They've normally peeled as well. Around the windscreen at the front, all good on the driver's side. All good on the passenger side, all the way around. So yeah, bodywork wise, very, very presentable. As I say, been painted into white, but a very, very good job. The interior, it's that sort of caramel colour you could get with blue piping. The wood on this driver's door is lovely. Obviously a problem area for Rolls and Bentleys, these sort of bake in the sun and peel in the veneer lifts, but that, as you can see, is gorgeous. As is the rest of the door card. You got a little bit of wear on the armrest, but a tiny little bit. Driver's seat, headrest's good. All nice and clean going all the way down. And you've got a little bit of peeling on this bit of piping here on the outer edge where the seat belt's sat. But actually the rest of the seat would clean it nicely. You could do a good clean, but it is really good. Blue carpet set's nice. There is an over rug for the driver's footwell, which is in the boot. You've got one in the passenger side, and it doesn't have any in the rear, but the front ones are there. The dash top is lovely, as you can see. Nice and clean all the way along. The wood to the dash itself, I mean, the wood on the whole car is really good. Bad wood does spoil one of these, I think. But this one, it definitely doesn't suffer from that. Even around the keyhole and everything's all good. It has had a Goodman's aftermarket stereo, and it has something to go with the stereo plugged in the side there. Little controller box, I think, for sound sort of distribution, I believe. Electric seats and everything all seem to work. We've had a play with them. They're all quite happy. You've got your armrest, and then under there you do still have the Motorola phone in there, which is nice and 80s. But everything else seems to work. 81,000 miles on the car. It was driven here. We've had it down the road. It does seem to drive nice. All your correct plaques and everything there, all nice and clean. The rear on the driver's side again, this wood, lovely and clean. Nice clean door card. Even all the door puddle lights and everything are all lighting up, which is always good. And obviously, as you can see, somebody's went to a lot of trouble. It's not like you would do nowadays for something like this where you just wrap it. It's been painted properly, all the door shuts all the way around, lovely and neat. If you didn't know it was blue on the logbook, you could almost argue it was factory. So this rear seat on the driver's side, lovely and clean. It's still nice and soft. The leather's been obviously well looked after. The car's not sat in the sun for days on end, that's for sure. Back of this seat's all good. Headlining is fantastic all the way around. There's no funny smells or anything in here. The wood on this side of the mirror is all lovely. Grab handle and everything's good. We'll have a look at here. Again, this door card, lovely and clean, another good working puddle light. It does have the footrests in the back here, so they are here. And it's got a set of sort of aftermarket matches to protect the carpets and the mats that are underneath. These haven't been filled with books and magazines, so they're not all stretched out. They're nice and tight, which is always good. I hate it when they're sort of saggy. Under the armrest, it's all nice and clean, as you can see. Like I said, the headlining is lovely. Wood on this side, all very good. All the lights in the rear work as well. And that seat, lovely. There's nothing really to point out there at all. And then this front passenger side, another good wood door cap, another good door card, and the seat is really good. It's only really that little bit of wear on the driver's side, but other than that, nothing at all to whinge about. Good all the way along, like I said, on this. Pull the bonnet while we're in there. Have a quick look at the boot. Again, part of that respray. Inside all these channels, in the boot surround, even the underside of the bootlet. It's all been done properly. Obviously a few quid's worth of paint job. There's your wall mat for the driver's side. I kind of understand why you take that out. If you're tall like me, you can kind of cut your feet on them. But the carpet underneath is lovely. All the trim on the side is good. All piped to match the interior. And then the sound deadening underneath is lovely as well. No issues with batteries or anything on this one. They can't eat batteries, but this one's happy to start every time for us so far. Doesn't seem to have gone down. It was left for a couple of days, started on the button just this morning. And under here, strut tops and everything, they're all good. Not even any sign of any paint peel, which is unusual. All lovely and clean in here. It's obviously the sign of a well looked after car. And again, these shuts have all been painted as well. No sign of any fluid being dropped. It hasn't left a puddle on the floor or anything like that. We'll get it started up. As you can see, no warning lights. It is asking for some fuel there, but if you've got a Rolls Royce, you can be used to that. Obviously, nice cold engine. Oil pressure straight up into the white. It's ticking over quite happily, as you can see. No sign of any smoke billowing out or anything like that. So there you have it, 1988 Rolls Royce Silver Spirit. If you've got any questions or inquiries, please get in touch. Thank you.